All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Look, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed, just kind of bouncing between good luck and bad breaks in a world full of doubts, you are definitely not alone. Going through today's source material, it was literally a revelation for me. We're going to pull from modern physics, the Upanishads, and the Bhagavad Gita to decode, well, basically a cheat code, a practical guide for finding real peace, clarity, and success.
Because, we all face that modern struggle of feeling totally out of control. It begs the question, is it random luck? Is it a fixed destiny written in the stars? Or is it your own free will that's actually driving your life? The sources reveal it isn't just one or the other. It's actually a highly structured system. And understanding the difference, that's the absolute key to mastering the whole shebang.
So, here's our roadmap for today. 1. Destiny, luck, and choice. 2. The science of destiny. 3. The 3 gears of life. 4. Ancient wisdom, modern struggles. And finally, 5. Mastering the art of living.
All right, Section 1. Destiny, luck, and choice. Let's define the forces we're actually dealing with here.
What really caught my eye in the ancient text is this concept of Prārabdha. It's essentially our baseline destiny. Think of it like the hand we're dealt by cosmic mechanics when we first sit down at the card table of life. The luck or the circumstances we're born into, totally out of our hands. But the sources are crystal clear on this. We have absolute free will over exactly how we play those cards.
Moving on to Section 2, the science of destiny. This is where physics meets philosophy. It is absolutely mind-blowing to see modern science echo this ancient wisdom. There's a fascinating paper in our sources suggesting the cosmos creates a physical, predetermined space. They call it a left-behind hole, which basically acts as our baseline luck. But our conscious energy, well, that operates as our free will within that space. So destiny sets the stage and the limits, sure, but your free will, you get to write the script.
The Mundaka Upanishad actually illustrates this exact cosmic setup beautifully. Just picture a spider. The text says, as the spider projects and withdraws its web, so from the imperishable being comes out the universe. Just like a spider pulls the web from its own body to navigate it, our physical circumstances, our destiny, spring right from the cosmos. And we use our free will to navigate within that web. It's a perfect analogy.
Which brings us to Section 3, the 3 gears of life. We're looking at Mother Nature's gunas from Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 14.
So, how do we actually drive within this cosmic web we just talked about? Well, Chapter 14 of the Gita introduces Mother Nature's 3 gears, or gunas. We've got sattva, representing goodness and calm, rajas, for passion and restless action, and tamas, representing ignorance and laziness. The major takeaway here? While nature and destiny provide the momentum, you, and only you, get to use your free will to choose the gear.
And honestly, this maps so perfectly onto our daily moods. Think about it. When you feel peacefully productive, that's sattva illuminating your mind. Stressed, greedy, or, restlessly ambitious, you've definitely shifted into rajas. And when you're hopelessly confused or just want to hit snooze and sleep all day, yeah, that's tamas taking over. Your free will is simply the act of noticing which gear you're stuck in and actively choosing to shift back to sattva.
Okay, Section 4, Ancient Wisdom, Modern Struggles. Let's apply this toolkit to real life.
Think about this irony for a second. You can be lying awake, absolutely miserable, filled with anxiety, inside a perfectly climate-controlled, high-tech room. The sources point out that while our Rajas gear drives us to build all these external comforts, comfort is really just a preference. It absolutely does not equal inner peace. We constantly confuse the two, right? We're doom-scrolling in luxury while entirely missing out on actual joy.
The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad drops a really radical truth on us here. It says our frantic pursuit of money, status, or even relationships is actually just a misdirected search for our own inner self, the Atma. You don't love the object itself, you love how it makes you feel. Realizing that true bliss, or ananda, comes from within, that's what stops you from frantically chasing external things to fix internal problems.
When we synthesize this into a modern toolkit, it is incredibly powerful. The Upanishads provide the philosophy, teaching us to step back and just, observe our stressful thoughts. But the Gita? The Gita gives us the daily action plan. It says, do your duty with intense focus, but detach yourself entirely from the outcome. You control the effort, not the harvest. This combination is exactly how you excel in a world full of doubts. Finally, Section 5, mastering the art of living. This is all about anchoring in the chaos.
Look at this incredible real-world example from our sources. During a devastating cyclone in Orissa, winds hit a terrifying 352 kilometers per hour. I mean, modern, rigidly built buildings literally dropped like bricks. Yet, 152 ancient temples survived those winds entirely intact. Even their flag survived. No way, right? But they withstood the storm because they were fundamentally designed to anchor into the extremes of nature.
This perfectly embodies the ancient principle of stanu nikanam nyaya, the steadfast pole. When you use your free will to intentionally shift into that sattva gear we talked about, focusing on purity and detached duty, your mind actually becomes that unshakable pole. You absolutely cannot stop the cyclone of destiny that life throws at you, but by mastering your gears, you ensure it cannot break you.
So here is the ultimate takeaway. You are not a helpless passenger relying on luck. You are the driver. You're operating within a destined framework for sure, but the choices you make are yours alone, since you hold the power to shift your mind's gears at any given moment. Well, the only question left is, which of the three gunas is going to drive your destiny next?